sometimes I come on this program, and it is my mission to convince you of something. Could be anything, but something I'm passionate about. Sometimes it's even a mission which I find difficult, and then there are days like today where I know with a reasonable level of certainty that I am preaching to the converted, nay, to the choir itself. That's you. So when I utter a phrase like, why on earth would anyone want to live in California, like I did in the last segment, I do so knowing that most of you in the audience immediately became, just for a moment, a bunch of black ladies in the blue choir robes singing glory, hallelujah in beautiful harmony before returning to your former state of being. Now, unless, of course, you were already a black woman in a choir robe singing that, in which case you just went back to doing what you were already doing. But beside the point, at any rate, let me spill to you the freshest of beans on this whole California's a shit show thing and see if your head doesn't come close to exploding over this as it did mine. As I referred to in the last segment, the headline, California leaks gun owners' names, home addresses in massive privacy breach. For those of you who don't bust a blood vessel over this thing, seriously, it makes you just want to go home and be with Jesus right now for the stuff that's going on. Let's talk about it some more. California's Attorney General, a guy named Rob Bonta, released what was called the 2022 Firearms Dashboard Portal a couple of days ago, ostensibly to improve transparency and information sharing for firearms-related data. What it actually did, on top of that, was make a whole bunch of information transparent that wasn't supposed to be. And then people noticed it. So now they're working on walking it back. So right now, if you go on that website, you'll see that the link to a bunch of information is broken. That's because these dumbasses got caught doxing people. Almost 3,000 people in Los Angeles County with standard concealed carry license were outed. And why? Well, why do you think? We're talking about a county and a state which have all but thrown their firearms, or thrown their arms, I should say, wide open and begged every form of criminality possible to embrace them in a glorious refutation of all that is good and holy the rest of the world. So why not this? Why not? I mean, what says I find these people and take care of them more clearly than doxing them? This is bad, folks. It's bad enough when private groups on Twitter dox people, but this was the state government. And if you think that no violence can and or will come of this, you got some rose-colored glasses, folks. The downside is that if you live in the Los Angeles area and you have a concealed carry license, there's a pretty good chance that anyone who wants to know it already does. The upside, of course, is that you have a concealed carry license. That is a good thing. So you're very possibly equipped to take care of that problem should it, God forbid, arise. But listen to some words of advice from me, okay? Get the hell out of California. If you're listening to me and you got a concealed carry license, chances are pretty good you're exactly the sort of person we Texans don't mind welcoming into the fold. So come on. Just don't bring any of that liberal BS with you when you come. We've already had enough of those people showing up in California. I hate to see all that good wine country go to waste, but that place can't sink into the ocean fast enough for the health of the rest of the country. Maybe we can get a movie director to stand on a fault line and hand Alec Baldwin a gun or something. Just takes care of itself. Modern problems require modern solutions. Boy, get out of California. Oh, boy. I just couldn't let that one go. I had to talk about it some more. This is bad. And you know what's going to happen, folks? Is it going to happen more and more? They're just going to keep revealing people. If they don't like you, they don't agree with you, if they can't cancel you, they're just going to dox you. They're going to show up outside your home. You saw it, Justice Kavanaugh, you saw what they did to Tucker Carlson a couple of years ago. They show up at their home. I mean, there was somebody that was armed with the intention of doing harm to Brett Kavanaugh outside of his home. And this is bad stuff, folks. We're living in a world. And by the way, these whole love Trump's hate people that are out in the street that are burning cities down in a mostly peaceful protest, they ain't peaceful, folks. And I promise you, based on the stuff that I read every day and the messages I get sent, it ain't a safe world we're living in.